Glad to. Let me first and foremost say good evening to everyone. I tell you, we are blessed using the divine principles. We've also instituted the blessed marriage blessing. Me and my wife just went through that awesome period of sanctification using the ceremony project, late, of course, founded by Reverend Father Moon, and me and my wife honored and enjoyed that sanctification, that set aside time of purification to the Lord, and united together. And I'm praying the Lord that we first and foremost have some children this year, which is, of course, have already been blessed. So we've actually just not too recently completed that blessed marriage ceremony. And we're honored of that. We're also instituting the marriage blessings in all of our members who are married in our church. And I'm proud to say that our church is growing. It is the blessings of the Lord is upon our church, and we are truly growing. We've increased by 6 members, 6 or 7, I want to say, not counting the children, but 7 members total within 1 week of taking in membership because of using some of the divine principles and the marriage blessings that were given and trained when I had the privilege to go to Chicago. And I just can't forget that experience, meeting all different backgrounds, different diversity, different religions, and all coming together, receiving all those divine principles of inspiration, and it is a blessing. Furthermore,
was that the December OSDP in 2011?
Yes.
2011.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I enjoyed it. I'm still
a very special program.
It was a blessing to have Reverend Edwards there, Bishop Stallings, and some of the other clergy that I had a chance to meet. Pastor Jenkins, Dr. Jenkins also. It was a blessing. I truly enjoyed that ceremony. I'll never forget it. It was an experience that I shall never forget. And as a matter of fact, I still have all of my documentation, my books that we received in those trainings, and I oftentimes go back through the notes. And I'm glad to say that it helps me because I recently started going to seminary school, so I'm working on getting my bachelor's in theology, Christian theology. So I'm doing a deeper study of divine principle through Christian education.
Amazing. So now, was that OSDP in Chicago? Was that your first encounter with the divine principle, or had you studied before with Reverend Exler?
It actually was my. Actually, that wasn't my first encounter. My first encounter was, of course, through ACLC, Reverend Exler, and then I had the privilege, after understanding divine principle and getting a more in-depth study of Genesis in the beginning and how everything began to unfold, then I was afforded the opportunity to go and get a more in-depth understanding in Chicago, which was a blessing. I tell you, it was an honor. And because of all of these great inspirational teachings, me and my wife are using these benefits to the blessings of our marriage. As of next week, Tuesday, my wife and I will make 8 years married, blessed.
Oh. Do you have any children prior to the blessing, or are you saying you're looking for your first child this year?
We're looking for our first child this year. We have no children prior to the blessing. And I think that is the great benefit of the divine principle and all the teachings that are incorporated, is that you get to receive the blessings after you've come under this great knowledge, this great wisdom and biblical instructions. And I think that's what's going to bless our children, prior to not having children.
We're going to, when we close tonight, we want to make sure whoever does the closing prayer